you guys, it is the start to a new year, and I am coming on here to share some new year thoughts, reflections on 2022, intentions for 2023, and just where I'm at with my writing. Let me take my glasses off because I see like a huge glare on there. Okay, 2022 was a year of, I guess, I set goals and then completely set them aside. A lot was going on a personal level. We had another baby number 3, and let me tell you, he kept me so busy. He loves his mama, let's say that. In addition to the 2 older kids, who they also keep me busy. Towards the end of the year, I started a new job. In addition to juggling, we're a military family, so my husband's, away often. So it's just a lot to go on in 2022, so I didn't get to write a lot. I set goals in the beginning of the year and kind of just let them go through 2022 because I saw myself getting frustrated that I wasn't able to make progress. And I think the one thing that I don't want to happen is to become frustrated with my writing, with my creativity, because then you start hitting a wall and a block. So I just kind of let life be and I let it go for a season, knowing it's not forever. So coming into 2023, I have some new goals that I'm, working towards with my writing. Now, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I've said enough in my life to know that I don't really keep up with them. Probably by March, I would say. I forget about my New Year's resolutions. I don't set New Year's goals. I don't do intentions. I'm kind of over this whole what's your word for the year? I just don't do any of that anymore. Instead, I'm just looking at things honestly on a month to month basis so that they stay on the front of my mind, front of mind capital. So that being said, I'm starting an illustration certification program in January. So next week I'm starting it. So that's goal number 1, is to get certified for my illustrating. There's no standard. There's no industry standard. You don't need a degree to be an illustrator. It's nothing like that. It is just for my own purposes. I am a self-taught illustrator. With every book, I've wanted to get better. I've done a lot of work on myself and my craft, but I do think there is a ceiling of growth that you can go to on your own, and I do feel like I've kind of plateaued. Maybe I'm just saying that because 2022 was a crazy year and I didn't get to do a lot of illustrating. All that goes to say that I'm grateful for this certification program. It's kind of bringing me back to my love of art, bringing me back to my love of children's books. I'm gonna be able to hopefully make a cohesive portfolio. Right now it's just a collection of a lot of random things I've done, and I don't really feel that it showcases my art. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there, books. I follow a lot of content creators and artists, but ultimately I know myself, and I know without accountability, I kind of don't go anywhere. And that's how I felt with my portfolio, is that it's just kind of going nowhere. And I want one that best showcases my work for potential art directors, potential writers and publishers and agents on my website, on my Instagram, all of that. So that is my hope for this program, is to kind of get me back on track with my artwork and put together a nice body of work that fully represents the kind of work that I want to create, the kind of work that I'm capable of. So that's going into 2023, this new program. In addition, in 2022, I was toying around a lot with the idea of establishing my own publishing house, yet realizing it definitely was not the timing to do it because I had no time on my hands to do anything really. So coming into 2023, I do have this sense of this kind of urgency. I don't know if it's intuition or if it's just kind of self-inflicted, but I want to get up and get going and set up my own publishing house. Why do I want to do this? I have a lot of frustrations with the publishing industry overall. Mostly as an author, it's really hard, how do I say this? It's really hard to kind of know what the industry is looking for. It is so subjective. It is so up to the taste of the person on the other end of that email, basically. Every agent has their own taste. Every publishing house has their own taste. Every art director has their own taste. And for instance, one manuscript I submitted and shopped out to 36 different either publishers or agents, and I got some responses just all over the spectrum, honestly. First off, I got 26 responses, so I think that's a good response rate, and most of them were personalized with like actual feedback, not the template rejection or that standard response that says in 3 to 6 weeks, if you don't hear from us, just know that you weren't excited. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been through the process. The responses were so wildly different sometimes that if I tried to take all of the feedback, I would end up with this really weird, pointless manuscript that wasn't really sharing a message, or it wasn't fully entertaining, or just not reaching the goal or the vision that I had for the book. And that makes it really hard as an author because I'm not really writing for the publisher, I'm writing for the reader. So that got me on this train of thought of, do I actually want to go down the traditional publishing route when I know the self-publishing route can be fruitful, fulfilling, and financially, me as an author, I would make more money off of it. I'll have a bit more control of it, of the process, of the sales, of the marketing, of everything, of the communication, the production, like all of it. And I don't know, maybe I'm a control freak, but I like having that level of control. On the flip side, I know how much work it is. So just knowing all that amount of work that it's going to require is also a bit discouraging. So I'm going to send out my current manuscript out to 3 more publishers, and kind of see how that goes. But ultimately, I do think I'm going to end up setting up my own publishing house to get this book published, and future subsequent books, and hopefully to work with other authors down the road in years to come and bring other books to life. The point of this vlog really is I want to document it. I want to document the process. I want to document the process of becoming a better illustrator, a better author and writer, and the process of starting a publishing house, documenting the business of books, basically. So if this piques your interest, I invite you to subscribe. Click that bell so you're notified every time I post a video. And if you want to learn more about me, I encourage you to visit my website, arielmendez.com. I'm an instructor. I teach courses on children's book writing and self-publishing, and if you want to learn more but you're not able to join one of my courses, I don't teach them all the time, so they are few and far between at this point, but I offer one workshop for free on my website, and you can just go ahead and subscribe to my email list and you'll get that automatically to your inbox. All right, thanks you guys. Until next time, bye. I'm back.